Reports to you at TopVelocity.net. I'm going to do a pitch analysis here. Pedro, we're going to pair them up with Kohi. Let's take them both out of leg lift, coming out of leg lift. You can see both getting inside drive leg, which puts them in a good position to start picking up some early momentum. We see them both moving forward and down. Just so you can see right here pretty quickly, Pedro is starting to open front side pretty aggressively. Kohi's staying really closed and packed. Right before front side wants to open, back leg's in a good flexed and getting linear position. So when this force vector, this ankle and knee, gets down and starts to get linear somewhere pointing to this front hip, it's in a good position at this point to really push back and accelerate the back leg through the back hip, create all that ground force, all that stride power. You can see right here, because front side's opening so aggressively with Pedro, the back side's going to want to turn down, back leg's going to want to turn down. Pedro then starts to push and extend, and because the front side was so aggressive to come open and the back leg's trying to extend but not that explosive, you get this big reaching stride. Okay, as opposed to the alternative here would be being passive, not aggressive with the front leg, letting it drift out with momentum from the hips, and then just before landing, opening, and then getting the power out of the back leg into front foot. Now what you have is a good closed position, and not overreaching leg where you see all this weight sitting behind the front knee. We can see with Kohi, the weight is ready to really tip and jump over the front leg, and due to a lot of the power coming through the back hip and a good passive closed front foot position that isn't overreaching. So from here, when Kohi goes into rotation, right here, when he goes into rotation, the arm gets up, trunk is carrying forward really well into rotation, and then front leg even kicks back into pitch release. If you watch Pedro at this point here, because a lot of that momentum's behind the front leg, when he goes into rotation, the trunk doesn't go forward, or really doesn't really go forward much from when it landed. And then pitch release, it's all stuck behind front leg. So you see everything's stuck behind the front leg, as opposed to Kohi, everything's pushing out over the front leg. So really just a disruption in timing in the lower half for Pedro. Too aggressive throwing the front leg open and then trying to extend into that movement just caused it to overreach and didn't help get the hips through, wasn't able to get the trunk launching over front leg. So putting the upper body in a position to not really carry all that energy forward. So really needs to go back to calming the front leg down, getting more passive with the front leg, focusing more on the back side with the momentum building the energy, the backside driving, and then seeing that transfer through the trunk over the front leg is going to be key.